All right, guys, tell me this is not the Omega for me. I don't see it any other way. It's like this one was made for me. It's white dial, orange accents. It's Omega, lyre lugs, absolute beautiful watch, wonderfully spec'd. I'm really feeling it. Unfortunately, not in the position to buy one right now. They're actually pretty dang affordable as far as luxury divers go. $6,700 for a Planet Ocean. I've had the Seamaster 300s, a couple different colorways. Right? No, I've only had the white one. Shoot, I can't remember. Oh, no, that's right. I had the old black one too before they did the ceramic dial and everything. But I've never had a Planet Ocean. I've more recently lusted after the 2500 movement one, which is a thinner model. But if I'm being honest with you, the thickness of this doesn't really bother me. I wore it, before doing the video here, just at the table, because this is not my watch. This is a brand new watch. This is being allowed for me to video from Exquisite Timepieces, Naples, Florida. Omega, like mega dealer, if you will. Like they have so many Omega models, both new and pre-owned. When I was down in Naples at their store, incredible inventory of Omega and 60 other brands that they're authorized dealers for. Link in the description. Hit up Nick, Tyler, Graham, Joe. Let them know that I sent you. Either if there's something weird that you want, talk to them and get it going. But chances are, if it's something in the main catalog with Omega, the chances are they probably already have it. And it's the same for a lot of other brands as well. But back to this watch. Let's cover the specs because I think they're important with this. It's not a small watch, right? It's kind of a beast, but the Planet Ocean should be a beast. And I'm gonna hopefully be able to present that way. So the case is 43.5 millimeter. That's measuring from like here to here. Now, if you measure the bezel, it's only like 42. So it presents pretty good. 49 millimeter lug to lug. So right away, 43.5, 42 for the top look, 49 lug to lug. Those measurements completely fine with. Here's where it gets a little tricky. 16.3 millimeter thick. That is a double stuff Oreo all day long. That is a pretty thick watch, and it has quite a bit of heft to it. But this bracelet with this watch balances out so good. It makes it so it just stays planted on your wrist. Now, I don't have a size for my wrist, but I will show you it on my wrist, and you'll kind of see what I mean. The shape of it, the aesthetics, the way it looks on wrist, it's like a perfect pairing of this bracelet with this watch head. Another kind of weird one, I measure the lug width opening here at 21 millimeter. That's, again, not a deal breaker for me because this thing would live on the bracelet. Now, it does taper down to 18. That's also a critical thing about comfort on wrist. And if you look at the way the bracelet is done, it's fully ovaled out. And it's very smooth and comfortable on wrist as well. You have a massively oversized 7.6 millimeter crown, screw down, of course, and the wart is less obtrusive. I call it the wart because other people have the helium escape valve. Essentially, I feel like it's less obvious or less obtrusive on the Planet Ocean versus the Seamaster 300 Professional. Seems like it just presents like more obvious on that other watch. This one, it's a little more discreet feeling or looking, if that makes sense. So, and then of course you have the great Omega clasp system here with a dive extension and a quick, easy toolless adjustment here for just on the fly quick adjust. So, and then just a simple fold over double pusher. Very clean, well done. You also have a beautiful display case back on this thing. We should probably zoom in. Let's zoom in. So there you go. You can look at that. Awesome movement. This is another critical component of this watch that draws me in is the 8900 COSC Metas certified movement here. Automatic, all that good stuff, obviously. I think it has 39 joules, if I'm not mistaken. It has 2 barrels for a 60-hour power reserve, 15,000 amp meters, or yeah, something like that. Anyway, it's not going to magnetize is the main point, right? You're not going to magnetize this thing. So it is a beast of a watch. It is spec'd out to run 0 to plus 5 seconds per day with those certifications. And look at the finishing on this, the brushing to the polish transition, so sharp. Well done. Ceramic bezel insert in a orange colorway, and I think my camera is capturing the color accurately because it's not like a blood orange. It's a, I don't know, maybe you want to try to define this orange. It is just a good, nice, you know, a little bit earthy toned orange. It's not like a bold in your face orange. It just works really good with the balance of this white dial and then that iconic Planet Ocean handset there with the broad arrows. So 600 meter water resist on this thing, and you have the date as well. The other thing that I really like about this movement is it's perfect for travel. Okay, so you unscrew the crown, nice little pop, excellent crown feel to it, both in the winding and the operation of it, and then like there's zero play in the crown. So if I pop out, if I can do it, or one position, we're only going to move the hour hand, and that is how you adjust the date as well. But if you're traveling across time zones and you need to go forward or backward, you don't interrupt the timekeeping of it. The seconds hand keeps running. So this is a good watch for travel for sure. Because at least for me, when I travel, I don't really need to track 2 time zones. I don't need a GMT. They are nice, but I definitely don't need a GMT. I just want to know what time it is, where I'm at, and then I can do the math in my head. I know that when I'm out in California, it's, a 3-hour time difference. It's not too hard to figure out. I don't need a GMT to remind me of that, as long as I can set the watch for where I'm at. You also have a great 120 click bezel. It is so good. Nice crisp feel, easy to turn, much easier to operate than the 300 professional, the scallop design. I don't have a problem with that one. I think it looks great, but for practicality, this design makes more sense. Plus, the entire thing is loomed out, right? And we're starting to see that more and more with Omega. They did it with the Titanium 300, the Bond one. They did it with the Heritage one. That's fully loomed out as well. So this is the move that I see Omega going closer and closer to really just giving us watch enthusiasts what we want, but also providing a luxury level of doing so. So it's very cool. All right, let's zoom back out. Let's do a wrist shot. And I don't know that I'm gonna clasp it down. You can see on my 7 1/4 wrist, I'm pretty much gonna take a link out of each side and I'd pretty much be good. But I mean, that thing is perfect on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. And the anti-reflective coating on the top and bottom of the crystal. I know some people maybe don't like it on the top. I absolutely love it. I know Omega does it, Breitling does it, Zinn does it. There's a few other brands out there that do it really well. Omega's probably, I don't know, one of the best out there with doing it. Like the crystal doesn't even look like it exists. It just disappears. And you can see how the bracelet's done. It's just the shape of it. I don't know how to explain it. The taper on it and the shape of it, you can tell that once you get this thing sized, I mean, even not sized for my wrist, it stays planted. I'm really falling in love with this watch, guys. This is going to be a struggle for me because it's going on a fictional list that I have that I'm either going to like try to save up to purchase this watch, or I might even move a couple of pieces. I'm reluctant to do that because I really like the watches I have. But man, I haven't had an Omega in a long time, and this one is definitely my style. So let's kill the lights in the studio and check out this fantastic lume. I know I went long on this video, but I think this watch deserves it. At least in my mind it does. Maybe it doesn't for you, but this thing is incredible. So yes, it's a big watch. Yes, it's $6,700. That's 16 millimeter thickness. I think you need to try one of these on. Get down to Naples, visit the crew at Exquisite. I mean, who doesn't like going to Florida And well, maybe not so much in the summer, but it's still nice there in the summer. But maybe this fall or something like that, we'll get down there, check it out. If I'm gonna pick one of these up, I think I'm gonna do it in person. I think that'll make the watch even a little more special for me. You know, because you can mail order it, not a problem. But picking it up in person is the best experience. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.